Moi! My name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode 100. Can you believe that? I can't. It's very hard for me to believe, but this is episode number 100, so a special one. I was thinking, should we celebrate? No, probably. We will see at the end of the episode. Something small is coming up for you. Okay. Excuse my croaky voice. I haven't been around for past 2 weeks or 3, technically 3, because I haven't. Last time I recorded a regular episode, it was February, and now it's mid-March. But today I'm here. It's a long story. I will tell you in a knitting chat. But if you want a short version, a kid was sick, then I was unwell, and yeah. Anyway, I'm here. With a weird sounding voice, but I'm here and I'm very happy. And today is Saturday, not my usual recording day, but yesterday I was still quite unwell and I could not gather myself. And not to give you runny nose and grey face, today is a bit better. I put on some makeup and we're here. Even though at this point we need magic, not makeup. Okay, that was a very long intro. And yeah, so you can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits. I always forget to mention. And on Ko-fi and Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories. A bit rusty, but let's keep going. Okay, so how have you been? I hope better than me, because I don't know. It was a wild couple of weeks. Honestly, nothing went as planned, but I guess that's just real life, right? Right. Okay, yeah, let's talk about my whip special a little bit, just a little bit. I think I stressed out quite a bunch of people, and I'm sorry. The good news is I'm not stressed out about my whips, because I'm very fine with the amount I have. We're all different. I think people who were stressed out are mostly monogamous knitters and people who are more of product knitters. But all the whip collectors like me and all the process knitters will probably understand why I have that amount of whips and why they don't really stress me out. Because to me, knitting on experiencing a process of knitting is a finished activity. Like, that's a finished process. So let's say I want to knit color work, like I'm itching and dying and I want to knit color work, and then I start some color work sweater, I knit through the yoke, and then I put it away into hibernation for unlimited amount of time or unknown amount of time, because I have completed the process of me wanting to knit color work. And I know this is gonna sound terrible, but sometimes I don't even care if things get finished. I can rip them out if I don't want to finish them, but the enjoyment I get, the joy I get from knitting something that I wanted, color work, brioche, cables, that's it. I have completed, yeah, my need has been filled. So that's why the amount of whips I have does not stress me out. But I will be finishing some of them soon. And maybe a couple of are finished already. Want to talk about elephant in the room? Oh, Clucky. Clucky says hi. She's there. Come say hi. Come say hi to people. Bark, bark. Did you miss Clucky? Clucky has been very good friend and support while I was unwell on the sofa. She has helped me to deal with things. Yes, and yeah. Okay, let's go into finished objects. Let's talk about the big colorful elephant in the room. And no, it's not me, it's this cardigan. So it's also what I'm wearing today. I finished my Hexagon granny cardigan, or granny Hexagon cardigan, whichever it is. You know what I'm talking about. It's the one where you knit 2 granny knit crochet. By the way, today only crochet finished objects, no knitted ones. Yeah, because here we talk about knitting, crochet, spinning, and sometimes other things as well. But yeah, so I made 2 hexagons. I didn't use any specific pattern because I kind of knew what I need to do. YouTube is full of tutorials on this. I think there are several patterns on Ravelry as well. Not sure if they are free or paid, but on YouTube you can find video tutorials of how to crochet this kind of cardigan. I started it quite a while ago. I didn't bring my notes, but last year, definitely I started it last year. I think also when being unwell. Yes, so anyway, I finished it. And I think it's fabulous, and it's too fabulous to be just at home cardigan. That was my initial idea, that this would be my second home cardigan, to give a little break to my Hobbit wrapper, because I have worn it to pulp. It looks terrible. It's all pilling, and it needs a good cleanup. So, but this came out so good. So good, and I'm obsessed with it. So I made 2 giant granny hexagons, and then I connected them. And you can see I went with the kimono sleeve. I was first thinking I would do a ribbing, like I would do a balloon sleeve and bring it in, and then I decided that I'm actually loving this sleeve. And I also didn't do any ribbing on the bottom or anywhere. I just left it like that, and I haven't even blocked it properly. I just steam blocked it very quickly, just that, to get the edge to lay straight. Okay, but there is a little modification that I made up, because you know it wouldn't be me if I would just follow like the pattern or general instructions. I need to take it off to show it to you. Oh, I got caught on something. It's in the back, because usually, you already saw. Okay, usually you do the stripes, they're in the back, but I did granny squares, because why not? Let's make it even more wild and crazy, because I love granny squares, and I know some of you are still not over my granny square cardigan. By the way, no pattern for that. And I'm sorry if you will now get obsessed with this. But I think we need more granny squares in this world, because they are cool, they make people happy, they definitely make people smile and talk and all of that. So yeah, and generally I'm on my, oh, sorry, I lost the second arm opening. By the way, linen dress, my favorite one by Not Perfect Linen. Not a paid ad. I paid my own money for it, and this is an oldie. Okay, yeah, the crochet. I have never been a huge fan of crochet garments, but I've always been curious. I'm not the best crocheter. I can do like basic things, but nothing too crazy. And to be honest, not to offend anyone, but very often crochet garments look like a lot like a DIY, and not in the best way. So it's a question of taste. Sometimes they are fabulous. There are a couple of crochet designers that do absolutely fabulous things, but I don't think I have the skill to do those more complex things. So I just wanted to go with something basic, and my personal challenge was to make it wearable, to make it like an art piece, like a fashion piece, because why not? And I think by choosing these colors, this is quite wearable. I would wear it. I don't care what people would think about me, but this looks crazy, but in a good way, I think. I think in a good way, and I would wear it outside of the house, definitely, for sure. And yeah, so my personal challenge was to make crochet garments that would be wearable and not sad looking. Or I think often the finishing is complicated. It's hard to make it polished, much harder than, let's say, a knit sweater, because you just knit a sweater, it looks good. Like, it's hard to achieve that with a crochet. Sometimes it can look unfinished, sometimes it can look like a craft project, but But sometimes it can look very good. There is one designer on my mind. She's Latvian, by the way, and I can't remember her name. She has insanely good crochet patterns. One day I will make something from her. And the name is escaping me. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Yeah. But well, my point is that with a very basic technique, just with a granny, square or hexagon, you can make a very nice garment. Sorry, my voice is not good. I hope it's not too annoying, especially if you're in a headset. Yes. Okay. Do you have anything else about this? Oh, it's a beast. It's almost a kilogram of yarn. So yay me, because again, I have same goals as last year. I want more yarn out than in. I'm not on a yarn diet. I'm not on a yarn buying ban. I can buy yarn if I need or want yarn. But main thing that more goes out than comes in. And these crochet projects help me a lot because this is almost a kilo. And another thing that is also crochet, and it's from my old pile of whips. It was actually, yeah, I finished my granny spiked granny blanket. This is my car blanket, and it's gonna go and live in a car after I show it to you. So I decided that I will pull one whip from my old whip pile and work on it in parallel with my newer projects. Yes, but I need at least one all the time on the go from that pile over there. So I chose this one after I finished this one. No, this was not in a whip episode, was it? I already finished it before. Haha. So you didn't see this in a whip. Yes, because yeah, okay. Never mind. But this one you saw, and I was still in the middle, and I finished. If you're on my Patreon, I showed this last Monday, Tuesday, and it wasn't done yet, but now it is done because I just finished it. Okay, it's very long. It won't fit. It's actually proper blanket. I thought it would be a bit smaller, but I went wild. I wanted to use maximum amount of this yarn. I wanted to get rid of all my Novita 7 Brothers yarn. I didn't succeed. I still have maybe, I don't know, 400 grams left. It's like never-ending yarn because they used to be 150 gram balls, and I had quite a pile of them. But this thing is 1,600 grams about. So yay, that's a lot of yarn out of my stash. So almost a kilo for this. I think 900 something, and 1.6 kilograms of this. I'm on a roll here. So yay, this is finished. Yeah, and it's a spiked granny stitch. Crazy. And this will be a car blanket. Okay, now I have showed it to you. I'll throw it on the floor. I'm making a mess there. What else? I have a spinning finished object. It's right there, but we will talk about it in the whip section because that's what's coming next. I only had 2 finished objects and both of them were crochet. Oh, I love this. I love this. And by the way, I used join as you go method here. Forgot to mention that, but okay. So whips, let's do the spinning finished object and a whip. So my spinning finished object is my Fiber Advent by Lake House Mode. I spun it up. I finished it during the holiday that kids had a winter holiday, like a skiing holiday. We didn't go skiing. We didn't have the weather for that. But during that time, I was cleaning my room and spinning. I wasn't knitting much, but I finished that. And I spun it all as one giant skein, all 24, actually 25 minis, because there was one extra, not minis, but there were raw lags. And then a couple of years ago, I had same calendar. The theme was different, but yeah, I spun them as individual minis, and this time I decided to just make a giant skein instead. So I spun it up in around, DK weight, and then I started knitting Poncho. And I have mentioned this before that I want to knit it. This is Coorie in Poncho by Amy Palco, and the yarn is my own handspun fiber advent by Lake House Mood, which was a fade in 24 different sheep breeds, and you can see the little stripes that are coming. So the yarn is fun, right? It came out fun, and I'm especially obsessed with this light part. Look at that, it's so beautiful. And now we're going into very dark, and then I'm almost done with this. Here's probably some 20 grams left. And I had 250 grams to start with, the whole calendar. And then I will need to look for another yarn. And I have told that on Patreon that I will be looking for Nature's Black non-superwash DK weight woolly wool. Like, doesn't matter what she breed. Would be cool if it would be Finnish, but I have not been successful finding that. I can find it in different ways, but not DK. I don't know. Nobody seems to have DK. Okay, worsted would work as well. So just to continue this, and now about the pattern. Pattern is fantastic. I love this pattern. It's very simple. It's very mindless TV knitting late evening when your brain is already shut off, and I love it, and I will definitely, it's something that I will definitely knit again. Amy has done an amazing job. It's a beautiful pattern. I think it sits beautifully. A lot of people have knitted lately. I have seen a lot of people knitting it. Mine is, I'm not sure if it's halfway even. Probably not. Probably not. So the bottom part will just be in some kind of dark yarn when I find it. I could spin some, but I'm not feeling like spinning just black wool. It's a bit boring. I'm more of an emotional spinning and intuitive, like spinner. I'm spinning. I am spinning out of control here today because, you know, I've been unwell and... Gather yourself, woman. Okay. I'm a very emotional spinner. I want to spin what I want to spin, and I'm not a technical spinner whatsoever. I just do it for fun. So, and that's why mixing all 24 sheep braids in one big skein sounded like a very good idea to me. Well, you can definitely feel the difference, and some of them were pure pain in the butt. Yes, and some of them were a dream to spin. And now I know a bit more about sheep breeds. Thank you, Kat. This was very educational, and I realized which ones I love to spin and which ones never ever again. So yes, that's a good knowledge to have, right? So yeah, lovely poncho, and that will be finished sometime when I find the darker yarn. It needs to be darker than this. This is like the last Nature's Black, which is actually very dark brown, and I need something. And I want it undyed, I think. Okay. So that's my, like, finished spinning object and first whip. Whew, should have brought water. My mouth is dry already. But no coughing breaks yet, so good news. Okay, I'm checking my notes. I did make notes. My next whip, where are you? Where are you? You're here in front of my nose. In this little project bag by Wool Hobby that Linda sent me. It's very much related because I'm using the yarn that Linda from Wool Hobby sent me, that she made for me. And I wanted to knit a fun pair of socks. You saw these, if you've seen... Why this doesn't stay up? Come on, I moved around too much. Okay, if you've seen my whip episode, you've seen... I gave a sneak peek of these very quickly. Socks. I was looking for a fun pattern, and then it came to me that, oh, Swiss Dot Shorties by Nancy Wheeler. Nancy is a fabulous sock designer, sock pattern designer, and she also has a podcast, Knit Sip Happy. I'll link everything down below. And this is, I think, my favorite pattern from Nancy. She has a lot of good ones. If you're a sock knitter, go check it out. Check her Ravelry store out. I'll link it. But yeah, slow going. I'm generally not a fast sock knitter, and this one is even slower, but I'm loving every moment. First of all, the yarn is extremely fun. It was a sock set. It was a sock set. Now it's a horrible yarn mess because I have cast on the second sock. And okay, here is the yarn that Linda blowing out that Linda made for me. That's her store name. I will also link it down below. Go check her out. Thank you so much. And then I bought Nancy's pattern. And why I started these socks? Because Nancy is also having a sock knit along. You can see the hashtag down here. She talks about it in her episodes, in the latest one, and I think one before. Anyways, if you need more information, go visit Nancy. But she's having a fun sock along, and if you enter with one of her patterns, you get double points. Yay! So I'm entering. I still need to make a not Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, by the way. Don't look for me there. I used to be, but I don't use that place anymore. On Instagram. On Instagram. Okay, it's not easy. You can tell, right? But I really wanted to be here. And my husband took the little loud child out of the house. They went for a drive to pick up soil, because we want to plant a couple of things for the garden. There is still snow on the ground. No hope for probably a couple of months, but anyways. Swiss dot shorties. Look at that. Yes, there are little dots. If you love Swiss dot fabric, I do. Who else? You need to knit these. They are slow going, but they are so much fun because you just, okay, one more stripe. And it's a great pattern if you have a variegated yarn and you wanna break it up, because the second color breaks it up nicely. Or if you have sock set, they are shorties. I'm knitting them as shorties. It has a beautiful, beautiful heel. Look, with a garter, like edge. Is it edge? No, yeah. I like that little garter detail. Very, very neat, fun pattern. I'm really enjoying this. And I don't say that too often about socks. I did enjoy the scrappy socks that I made earlier. And I enjoyed the granny square socks. And then some ruffle socks. But usually not a huge sock knitter. But sometimes you break your own rules. You make exceptions. Yes, I was looking for a word in my head, in my filing system. My filing system is all messed up because I'm learning a new language, and it has disturbed the old filing system in my head. Sometimes now I'm missing English words. Hello. Okay, not good. So that's my second whip. And I have two more, and my mouth is really dry. Okay, let's go to another one. Another one that I also showed a little preview in the whip episode, and it's a dress. And it's a boucle dress. Oh, by the way, Vera Välimäki recently also released a new boucle dress, but I was too impatient. I couldn't wait for it. And I wanted a slightly different dress because, well, I saw a dress for sale in a store in winter and I got obsessed with it, and now I'm basically recreating that dress. So there is no actual pattern for the dress, but there is a pattern for this top bit as a sweater, because I'm using the Turtle Dove sweater pattern by Espace Tricot. I just hold my R's, yes. I don't know why. Espace Tricot. It just doesn't come out in any other way. Don't laugh at me. Okay. So I'm using that sweater pattern, and it's like the second one they released. I'll link it, the thinner one. I think the first one is thicker, second one is thinner. Yes, or other way around. I'm pretty sure this is the second one. So I knit the top bit using that pattern. And then I'm just continuing it as a dress. Still looks like a sweater though, but it will be a dress, believe me. And I'm using my own hand-dyed, my DK Boucle, Merino Boucle, just holding it with itself. Nothing, not actually holding it, single strand. And this is color Kappa. I mentioned this in my previous episode, that I made a separate Instagram for my yarns where I share inspirations behind colors, and this was the first color that I shared. You can find me on Instagram, second account as Kettu Yarns. My first account is Kettu Knits, and my second account now is Kettu Yarns, where I just share inspiration. Yes, and this was the first color that I shared. So if you want to know more about it, go check my Instagram. Like what does the name mean, and where did this color come from? It's an old color. Okay, but yeah. So nothing much to tell you except I'm plowing. Plowing through. I'm just knitting in the round and round and round, but I had to borrow needles for my next whip. Yes. By the way, in the under whip episodes, a lot of people said, oh, how do you have so many needles? I don't. I have some of the circulars there, but it looks worse than it is. It's probably like, I don't know, not that many. I have an interchangeable set and lots of cables. Like, I use one set of needles, my old aall needles that are probably more than 10 years old. My husband got it for me, and I just, when I need them for another project, I just pop stoppers on. These are also aall stoppers for aall cables. Addi. And yeah, nothing else about this dress. Let's put it away. I don't know. And let's go to my last whip for today. Last whip for today. Oh my god, it doesn't even fit in a bag anymore, because when I finished the granny spike blanket, I immediately knew what's next. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Do you know what's in here? Do you know? You probably do. It's my special birthday cast on from last year, because I kind of finished it as a sweater. But yes, I did the sleeves a while ago. I'll get it out. It's Wervel. It's a Wervel sweater. It's a whole... Look, I have a yarn bowl. By the way, I'll go on a tangent about yarn bowls. I have seen several videos where people talk about knitting accessories, and every time that somebody says that the yarn bowl is a useless knitting accessory, I want to fight them, because I use mine all the time. It's so handy. If you ball up yarn, I always use a yarn bowl. Or if I'm knitting with 2 strands of something, or 3 or 4, or like mohair and merino, or 2 strands of something, I plop them in the yarn bowl and they just stay there, and then I use a center pull. I love it. And I have a wooden one because, you know, kids, dogs, and I knit on a sofa a lot. So, okay, I need to fish it out from here. There. So, yeah, this was already finished. And then I ripped it out yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I ripped it out up till here, because I want to turn it into a dress. I think I have mentioned it a couple of times. And I managed to get more of this yarn from the dyer, and I'm turning it into a dress. I'm still knitting with the original yarn that I had for this set. The yarn was a gift from a lovely person, and that's why I used it for my special birthday knit. So thank you so much. I hope you're watching, and I just wanted to let you know how much joy this has brought me, because this is a very special knit. It's one of those, you know, heirloom knits for sure. The pattern is just so beautiful. I did a few modifications. Nothing to do with the pattern, everything to do with me. The pattern had quite narrow sleeve, and I was for a very long time like thinking, should I go with it? I'll show you like there in a book, you can see that it is a rather narrow sleeve. And I know myself, and I don't do well with very narrow sleeves. They bother me. And I have a couple of sweaters, and I don't wear them as much because of the sleeves. So I did this. I knit the sleeve as... I took the stitch count for the sleeve as in 2 or 3 sizes bigger than my size. I think I'm knitting size 4. I don't have notes, but I'm pretty sure I'm knitting size 4. And I think the sleeve is like from size 6 or maybe 7. And then at the end, because I didn't want a wide cuff, I just decreased, like knit 2 together after the color work, because the sleeve also has color work. And then just did the ribbing and got a teeny bit balloony. No, it's not that bad, but it's beautiful. So yeah, this sweater has a very deep yoke, which I don't mind at all, but I often wear my sweaters over dresses and I wasn't sure how that's gonna work. So I decided to turn this into a dress, and that's what I'm doing. So I had to rip it out. I already had it as a finished sweater and I tried it on and it was fabulous, but just to make it more wearable for me personally. Yeah, I ripped it out up till here and then started doing increases just to fit my lower part in, because it would have been fine but as a tight dress, and I don't do that. I don't like tight dresses. I need at least 20 centimeter ease around the hip. I know myself. Just to feel comfortable, I need that ease. So that's what I did. I added around 20 centimeters around the hip, because it was pretty much at, okay, not maybe at 0 ease, but at around maybe 5. So yeah, I will have 25. Yay. The more the better. Because again, it's about the look you prefer, and I don't prefer tight dresses. I have knit one. It's not tight, but it's more body fitting, and I don't wear it as much. Actually, not at all lately. I don't know, just because I'm at that point in my life where I prefer comfort. That's why linen dresses all the way. Yay. That was bad. Okay. Did you miss me with all my silly things? I hope you did. I missed you. But yes, this is gonna be... Oh, look at that. Ow. My knees are cracking. Look at that. I'm on a very short cable there to go faster. But this is gonna be fabulous. This is gonna be fabulous. Can't wait. I'm very excited. Yay. And it felt like spring. It felt like spring. Fun. Yes, and the yarn, I'm using the original yarn. Again, because I got it as a gift, except the last 2 skeins that I had to order myself turned into a dress. But I have not yet even caked those up. I'm still on the original 4. Yes. Quiet moment. And by the way, it's raining outside. Yes. Okay. Do I have anything else knitting related? No, I don't. That was my last knitting content for the day. What else? What else? Word of the day. Let's do word of the day. I'm hoping for spring over here. It's not coming, but I'm hoping for it. So I decided let's do word spring. So in Finnish, that's kevät, and in Latvian, pavasaris. Kevät, pavasaris. And now I have a song in my head about spring. Okay. Just a cute word for the day. My husband got me beautiful tulips for almost said Mother's Day. No, not Mother's Day, Women's Day. Little tradition. And they brought the feeling of spring, and we have had a couple of sunny days, and it's been lovely. It's been lovely, except now it's raining and it's icky and everything is melting and you need rubber boots to swim over the yard. Okay, let's do a little Giftaway. I learned this word from Nancy of Knitsip Happy. Giftaway. Just to celebrate the 100th episode. That's a lot of talking, right? So nothing major. The price will be a pattern of your choice. Any pattern of your choice that I will gift you, and tell me what you want to knit this spring. I'm sorry if you're down under and it's not spring. But imagine that it is spring and tell me what you would like to knit or crochet or maybe like create this spring. And I will gift you maybe that pattern or maybe some other one, whatever you choose. And the word you need to use in your comment is spring, because I will filter by that. And as always, if bots are commenting under and telling you you're the winner, don't believe them, it's not me. I will announce the winner in a video episode, and then you will have to contact me. So just in case we get a bot attack, don't pay attention to them. They just want to trick you into giving them, I don't know, your money, your details, something. Don't give anything to anyone. Yes. Knit and chat or purchases and acquisitions. I actually don't have any yarn related or knitting related purchases and acquisitions. I do have 2 that I still want to share. Let's do this one first. I have a new painting for my room, for my craft room. It's still in plastic because a young Ukrainian artist had an exhibit in the library, and I went to support her, and I had to get a painting because it's fabulous. Look at that. It's mushrooms and pumpkins, and I think this one was amazing. I reserved it straight away, and there was a lady behind me that was, she didn't manage, but I was faster. I went on the opening night, and I think I mentioned it. Did I mention it here or on Patreon? I mentioned it somewhere that I visited, and this is my painting. It now came back to me because exhibit is over, and I love it. Sorry for the crinkling, but it spoke to me. There were another cool ones. There was a little house with like a little cottage with a swimsuit, like a bikini drying on a drying line, and I thought that was so awesome, but somebody already took it. So they were flying out like hot cookies. So I need to frame it still. I need to find a beautiful frame for it and put it somewhere here into this room. And I've actually been cleaning and organizing this room. By the way, she's only 15. Can you believe? I just have to share. Had to share this. So that's my one acquisition, and my another one is a new pair of earrings, because my favorite earring maker, designed by Kieto, had a new collection, new creative collection. And yes, they are. Wait, there is the front. Yes, they are typewriters. Look at them. I have a weak spot for typewriters. I'm a bit of a collector, you know. I'm a bit of a collector that's trying not to be a hoarder. I need to limit myself because there is a very fine line between collector and hoarder. So I used to collect typewriters, old cool ones, and I have a limit. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8. There is a bookshelf on the other side of the room, and I have limited myself to the amount that fits on top of that bookshelf. And there's one free slot. So I saw these earrings. They have pink typewriters. And I'm missing a pink one from my collection. I have white, black, red, green, grey. I have 2 red ones. But I'm missing pink. That slot is reserved for a very pink typewriter. When I find a pink typewriter, I'm gonna buy it, and then that's it. That's my collection of old typewriters. So I saw these earrings, and it's like it's in hopes of getting a pink typewriter. Look, it has a little paper planes under. Not sponsored, bought with my own money. All their earrings have been bought with my own money. I just had to. I couldn't skip these. They were just too close to my heart. So yeah, and to my collection. I have a few collections around the house, you know. Whew. I have thimbles and Arabia coffee cups and typewriters and brooches and pins and earrings. Turns out I have earring collection now because I displayed them. They are not in a drawer anymore. They are displayed on a wall. So that's a collection already, right? And dolls and yarn. My biggest collection is yarn, definitely, because you know I'm a yarn collector. Yeah. Oh well, what you're gonna do? It's part of this personality. I need to have my collections, but I need also to limit myself, not to make it, not to let it go out of hands, because it's a house, we live in it. It's not for storing stuff, it's for people living in it, right? So it's all I can have, as many as fits in a certain space. Yes. So luckily for the yarn, I have this whole room, and still I'm trying to downsize. See, very successful with these mostly scrappy projects, but still the total volume goes down. Okay, I feel that this is gonna be a very long episode, isn't it? Because sorry, I think I'm losing my voice. It starts to sound even weirder. Knit and chat. Why am I not knitting? Why am I not knitting? I should be knitting. I should be knitting. I'll take this. I'll take this and you talk to me. You talk to me. So weather update. I already gave you a brief weather update. That, yeah, it's alright sometimes, but mostly icky. But we're planning to plant things indoors, like cucumbers and some, I don't know what else. Sophia wants some flowers, some kind of flowers, but she hasn't decided. So they went to get soil and a bag of seeds for Sophia's flower of choice, because she has a little playhouse and Grandpa made her a pink flower box last year, my husband's father, and it's the cutest thing. Last year's flowers, Grandma, they planted together with Grandma. She had pelargonias and some other small flower. Is that pelargonium? How do you say that in English? I have a Finnish name, but yeah, probably. Anyways, and I think you can see them in a couple of summer episodes last year, probably. And this year she wants to plant her own flowers and she wants to grow them from seed. She is definitely a green thumb. Whatever she plants grows, so I said go for it. Go with Daddy, pick up seeds that you want and we will plant them. I know we're a bit late, but you know, life happens. So our bigger kiddo has been unwell. Like last week, it was a bumpy ride. This week he's fine, but I've been pretty poorly this week. I was actually fine till about Wednesday afternoon. I was at work, and then I started feeling very cold and weird and like shivering, and then I thought, okay, this is not looking good. I should probably be going home. Yeah. And then I was completely down on Thursday. Yesterday was already a bit better day, and today I think I'm fine. I'm up. That was very, very fast illness, whatever that was. I'm not sure. Did I have the same bug as our son or something completely new? Because nobody else seems to have caught it. My husband is fine and our little one is fine, so let's keep my fingers crossed that it stays that way. But yeah, I've been pretty miserable. It's weird. First I thought that it might be COVID because I had a headache and my bones were hurting and joints were hurting, but no, at least the tests we had showed negative. They didn't show anything, but if it's a new, anyways. I'm fine. I'm fine. A bit nasally, but otherwise all right. And then yeah, we had a great holiday with the kids, because I haven't told you about that, have I? We had fun. It was very nice to be home with them. I took a couple of days off and we did all kind of fun things. We also cleaned my craft room together, and I moved the table into a different position, and yeah, just been doing stuff around the house and a bit of spring cleaning slowly. Nothing major, but just going through places, decluttering a little bit. Wiping the dust mostly and stuff like that. I don't know what else. Yeah. Oh, yesterday I was having, not yesterday, on Thursday I was lying down, I was having my little enamel teapot. I have a Swedish, it's actually a coffee pot, but I use it for my ginger lemon honey drink when I'm unwell. It's magic. And I thought I need to make myself a teapot cozy, because it does stay hot for quite a while, but I would like it to stay hot even longer. I think you saw it in the beginning of the episode, in the intro. And I want to make it, I don't know, knit or crochet, but it needs to be silly. It needs to be ridiculous. Maybe like a pumpkin or a chicken, or maybe something simple but in a hand-spun yarn. I don't know. Or maybe like a lot of scraps. I need it. Do you have good pattern suggestions for mostly my British friends probably for a teapot cozy? The pot is a bit weirdly shaped. It's not round. It goes like this. It's like an enamel coffee pot, Swedish one, yellow. I'm obsessed with that thing. So it's my special, like, get well soon pot, because it makes me happy. I had my whole happy little table. I was knitting on this. I had my teapot. I had tulips. I had, yeah, beautiful mug. My mug rug. Just everything to feed my soul on the fast way to recovery. Definitely it helps. Surrounding yourself with little things that make you happy definitely helps, even through the most miserable days, especially during those most miserable days. Like my Thursday was so miserable. I could barely stay up, but I was still knitting on this. I was working on a sleeve and almost made one sleeve longer than another, but luckily I was counting rows, otherwise would have been in trouble. Okay, I don't know, is there anything else? Just life, you know. Life, and I'm sorry I haven't been here for a while, but it's... real life just got to me. It was so crazy and busy, and Sophia had some doctor appointments, and then our bigger kiddo was unwell, and then I had work stuff to handle, and then my husband was all the time at work, and I had to hold the fort here and just could not find time to record. But I hope it will get easier from this point, because spring is coming and we have done all the spring appointments. Oh no, one we have left. It eats a lot of time driving the kid around through all the doctors and specialists, and yeah, don't wish it on anyone. So if you're in the same boat as me, I feel ya. I feel ya, mothers and fathers, and stay strong, we can do it. Yes, I like to say that we're all going through the same storm. Yeah, trying to survive in the same storm, but we all have very different boats. Somebody has a luxury yacht, somebody's on a nice cruise ship just cruising along, and some of us have canoes, or maybe rubber boats, or maybe old leaky wooden rowboats, and that's why it's not always easy, especially if you're in one of those crappier boats, right? But we will still gonna make it. The storm, yeah. The storm will come, and the sun will come out, and the spring will come, and it's gonna be good, right? Right. So if you're if you're in those smaller boats trying to survive in a big storm, just know you're not alone there, and it's gonna get better, I promise. It always gets better, even though sometimes it really doesn't feel like, but it's gonna get better. Just have hope. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Okay, I think on this very positive note, I'm gonna finish for today. I think I feel good enough to make dinner today. Yes, because it's already. They will probably be back soon. I've been talking for a very long time. I can't see how long, but long time. So I was very happy to spend this time with you. And thank you so much for being here with me. And thank you for all the lovely comments and messages. And to everyone who sent me a message worrying, where am I? Is everything okay? It's fine. It's just life, you know. The bug season, the flu season, horrible spring when everything melts and you get runny noses and stuff like that. But we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. So take care. Stay healthy. If you can, stay healthy, stay warm, stay safe, knit a lot, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment about your spring knits if you would like to enter the giveaway. So, giftaway. No, I didn't say that word. Giftaway. Okay. Heippa.